Events are a great way for brands to promote themselves and connect with their community. With the right approach and proper tactics, they're also a great source of leads. Daring Design, a popular interior design company located in Los Angeles, knows this all too well and routinely takes advantage of all the benefits of hosting top notch events. Their biggest annual event, the Interior Design Fair Los Angeles, for example, attracts partners and attendees from all over the country. So here's an overview of the Odoo applications that they use and their process for advertising the event and managing those leads. Let's start by creating and managing the event for this demonstration. So enough chit chat, let's hop right into it. So let's start on the main dashboard of the Odoo Events application. So here we have various events in different stages. They're all listed in a nice default Kanban format. Now underneath each event, we can actually see the number of expected attendees. Let's pick one that has 11 attendees. And we can even see who is assigned to it, as well as the location of the event. And if we wanted to, we can even schedule an activity from this page as well if necessary. So I have been talking about the Interior Design for Los Angeles, so let's open that up. So this event right here happens to be the Interior Design for Los Angeles of 2025, according to the title, which I can also change. So I'm actually going to click on the Track Smart button that we have up here at the top, and we have 30 of them. So Daring Design knows quality speakers as well as topics are what make an event great. So they encourage partners to submit talk proposals. That way they can share their knowledge and expertise with attendees. These are all of the talk proposals that this event has so far. It's a pretty beefy and stacked actual schedule, if I do say so myself. So now I'm going to use the breadcrumbs over here to go back to the event. I just wanted to talk about those real quick. I'm going to select more at the top, which will open up more of these actual smart buttons. So from here, I'm going to click into sponsors because you can have sponsors. So here's a separate page where all of the sponsors of the event can be found. Once again, I'm going to use the breadcrumbs to go back to the event because I'm just going to keep going through these. Because this time, I'm going to click on the room smart button. And what is a room in this case? Well, a room allows attendees to gather and engage with one another so that they can share information about a particular topic or ask some of the experts questions at the event. You ever tried finding a map or something and maybe it was a little bit difficult? You need to know which room to go to. Here's where you go. So as you can see, we don't have any rooms for this event yet. So I think we should create a room. So we're going to select new in the top left. We need a topic up here. I'm going to pick something kind of cool. Trends that will crush in 2025. That's perfect because I want this room to encourage attendees to share their unique perspectives and personal knowledge related to this specific topic, upcoming trends. Okay, so that way I need to make a summary that makes sense for this. So let's make our quick summary. We're talking about the near future 2025 trends. And the max capacity that we want for this is actually going to be 20. You can also have no limit. Maybe you want more. Now, I'd also like to go to my website by go to Website Smart button over here at the top. And this is actually how, well, we're going to give permissions, but this is how a room looks to our attendees. And that's how I look. And that's pretty cool, right? Next, let's jump back to the events dashboard over here by selecting it in the header. So now let's reopen Interior Design for Los Angeles because we're going to keep moving forward. We're going to go over here to the Communications tab. It's very important because we can set up some communications for the event. Let's set up an email communication that will be sent immediately after registration. So for that, we're going to use a pre-configured email template because email templates save time. So for that, I need to select Add a Line and we can immediately get started. And we need to make sure that since we're sending a mail, it should be set to mail. You can also do SMS and social posts. Ours is going to be a mail. And then we're going to have event registration confirmation for our template that we have there. And I need it to go immediately. So we actually don't want that. We want immediately. And then this should be after each registration. You can also do before the event and after the event, but we need it right after the registration right there. And once that I'm done, I'm going to click out of that. And wow, that was super easy to set up. So next, let's go over to our questions tab because we're going to be setting up a whole bunch of stuff right there. Now, these are the questions that we asked upon registration. If once per order happens to be selected, the question will be asked only once, and the answer is applied to all attendees under that order or registration. If that is not selected, the question will be asked for each attendee. It's a good distinction to know. And to make sure all necessary attendees are turned into leads, let's automate that process. Remember, Events generate valuable leads where prospects have an existing interest in the brand and or the product. So first, we actually need to do something first. I'm going to actually go to configuration, and then you see lead generation down over here. We're going to select that. Now let's select new, and then we need to fill this in. So this one, what should we call it? Leads Design Fair. It's good to make a distinction. So our create is going to be per attendee. Want to maximize it. And then when attendees are registered. And now we need to go to our categories. So our categories is conference, because remember it was one of those. And the nicer thing is we can also select an event. And ours is going to be the Interior Design Fair Los Angeles. These two are important, so make sure you pick the right ones. And now we need to come up with a filter. So we need to match these conditions. So our filter condition is going to be, we can search inside of the filter. So we're going to pick the word email. And for this part, we can set our equation. There's a ton of options that I can't really go through all of them. So ours is just going to be email is set. And our lead type now is going to just be lead. And we need a sales team. Pick the area that you're in or whatever specific sales team you want. And mine is going to be America. Now I need a tag. Oh, went into the wrong place. Here's where you designate a salesperson, though, if you like to have a specific salesperson. In my case, I picked a team instead. But let's come up with some tags. Design. There we go. Design Fair is already an option right there. That's great. So now that we're all done, I think I should also create one. So I'm going to pick 2025 fairs, and I'm just going to create that. Now I showed you how to create one, and wasn't that all easy? So the event is all set up and ready to be advertised. So for that, social media will be the event's primary online vehicle, along with emails and online channels. So thanks to these channels, the company's going to save a lot of time, they're going to reach a broader audience, and accurately track all registrations. And with the automated lead creation process all set up, not one prospect is going to get lost. So let's jump back into the database to start spreading the word about this event. So now let's check out the Odoo social marketing application, which is a nice little heart right there. So here you're going to see a dashboard packed with all our social media streams. We actually have Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram as well. Now, I think it's time for us to create a campaign. So to do that, I'm going to click on the word campaigns up here at the top left. And we got to click new because we're making a new one. So let's name our campaign Interior Design Fair 2025. I'm going to leave the responsible field as is, but I also want to put some nice little tags right there like annual, maybe even event so that we know this is an event. And finally, we're going to click on add right there. And we're done. There it is right there. So I'm actually going to click onto it right now because from here, we're going to be able to manage all of the social media, emails, SMS messages, push notifications, etc. for this campaign. So creating campaigns like this allows for easier management of all communication related content while gathering useful KPIs along the way. So up next, I think we need to add a link to the events page in all of our calls to action, which leads all interested parties to the proper page where they can actually register. So to do that, we could go to the website application, grab the event page URL, but in this case, I'm actually going to go back to the events app. So very quickly over here, we're going to select our Interior Design Fair Los Angeles 2025, mouthful, I know. And we're going to click on the Go to Website Smart button up at the top under the More menu. And we just talked about this. Where are we headed to? We're heading to the registration page. So now that we're here, we go up to the top, wherever your search bar or URL bar is, and you want to copy it there. Then once that you have that, double checking to make sure I did that, we're going to head back to the social marketing application very quickly. So now we want to go into our campaigns menu because we're going to keep going to the one that we just made. So where is that Interior Design Fair? There it is. And we want to click into that. Now up next, we want to select the button right there that says Add Post. I'm going to go ahead and create a new post. And it's going to be for Facebook, X, LinkedIn, and Instagram, with all of these including a link to the event. I know YouTube, however, is going to be a video, and right now I don't have the budget for a video, so I'm going to go ahead and deselect it. So let's paste our link now inside of our message. Quick little copy and paste, a couple spaces, and we're going to attach an image. So let's go look for that image real quick. There we go. Nice little event one. And we're starting to see our little previews over here. As you can see, there is no need to post to the individual platforms one by one. With Odoo, a single click can post to all these platforms simultaneously. However, I'm not going to post this right now because I'm going to add some more content later, like a trackable link or some marketing language to make it more appealing. Right now, let's actually go access the link from one of these preview posts over here on the right so that we can register and see what customers will see by clicking on it. So here I am, a customer. And from here, we're going to select register, and we want a standard ticket. Wow, they're actually kind of expensive. So we're only going to buy one ticket. So let's select register again and go through this. Now I need to fill this out with correct info, Jose, real person, real phone number, real everything else. We're going to change some stuff here. And then, have I attended this before? No. Partially. We're going to select that. Lots of takeaways. How did you learn about this event? A friend. So now we go to payment and we're going to go through all of this. And this is essentially what a customer is going to see. So I already have a Scranton address saved over here so we can move forward. And now finally we are at the payment portion with my very real credit card. Please don't rob me. And we're going to hit pay now. And it's going to process the payment. Wow, this was really simple. As a customer, I am really, really happy right now. It's important to remember that Odoo works with a lot of different payment acquirers. It's good to know that. Now, once that this is all done and it's processing my payment, we actually see our confirmation here, which is excellent. And the attendee will also get a similar confirmation email, which is even easier, right? So now that I'm all done as a customer, I think we should go back to Jose, the worker, and see how leads are created. So here we are back inside of the events application. Let's select our IDFLA 2025 event. Even as an acronym, it's a mouthful, I'm sorry. So back over here, remember, we have just added an attendee who registered. So let's click on the attendee smart button up at the top. We're going to swap over to Kanban view because it'll look nicer. Now, here we have our attendees from my event, and I can actually confirm their attendance by clicking on the purple square with the little check inside of it. And while we're at it, since this confirms attendance, let's do it for all of the other ones over here. Now that that's all done and out of the way, let's briefly jump back to the IDFLA 2025 form over here. And I'm going to click on the lead smart button up at the top. So inside of here, we can actually see a lead for Ron Gibson. So let's click into this one. So this was created. And if you look at how the questions and answers are displayed inside of the internal tab over here, you can see our questions were properly there. And the tags and the sales teams were set up just exactly how we did the lead generation rule that we created earlier. So we can actually quickly convert this lead to an opportunity from this page itself by clicking on Convert to Opportunity. Here we can also assign this opportunity if we'd prefer, but I'm going to create this opportunity as it is. And look at that. I can even create a new quotation if I'd like to from here for this customer if I wanted to. I can also similarly convert the other leads into opportunities as well. An alternative to this process is actually inside of the CRM app. So let's go right in there, typing. So we can do a different process over here. We can access the leads menu directly by clicking on the word leads at the top. And inside of here, we have a giant list right there. So very quickly, I'm going to create a custom filter to see leads created from our design event. So to do so, I'm going to make sure that the search bar is clear first. Then I'm going to select this little arrow over here to open up our super big mega menu. Now inside of here, I want a filter. We're going to be doing a custom filter. Now the very first thing that I'm going to be looking for in my case is, let's try tags. And for tags, once we do that, the next part of our equation is going to be contains. So we're going to select the word contains. And what tag did we want to use? Well, we're going to do design fair. We're going to add. And would you look at that? We have some of our leads from right there. And as you can see, we can access the apps in different ways, directly from the app itself or via Odoo's unbeatable integration with other applications. Very intuitive, wouldn't you say? So once that the event is over, Daring Design uses Odoo's survey and email marketing apps to ask attendees for feedback, which they use to improve next year's event. This feedback also qualifies their leads and helps their sales department develop a more precise strategy. We'll also create a survey today to send to our attendees after the event concludes. So let me show you how we make one of those. So here we are on the surveys dashboard. I'm going to select new over here. We've done this dance before. So I'm going to click that and I need to create one for our IDFLA 2025 satisfaction survey with an exclamation mark. All right, let's add our questions into this survey that we have. So, are you likely to come to our events in the future? We need to know that, and we're going to have simple answers. Yes, not yes. All right, great. Save and new. Now, how likely are you to tell a friend about this event? Which is another good question to often ask. And then you just put in your answers once again. Quick little tutorial on these surveys. Very likely. Gotta look professional. Everything needs to match. Save and new. And for this last one, I'm actually going to change it. We're going to select multiple lines text box because share your thoughts is this question on things you loved or didn't about our events. Pretty good question to ask. Share your thoughts here. And we're all done. Would you look at that? We have now created a fully fledged survey. So now that that's all set up, we're going to select the button that says share over here. And we're going to copy this link because I'd like to send all of the event attendees a mass mail from the email marketing app. The email marketing app allows us to apply precise filters to our mailing list. So once that we copy our little URL right there for our survey link, close this out, we're going to head over to email marketing and we're going to select new because we're going to create a new mailing. So inside of here, it's just going to be a basic email with our survey URL that we just copied. Now this app is actually kind of cool because it uses the same building block features as our website app to design stunning emails. What's even cooler, and it's very cool, is that I can tailor the mailing to use any of the different fields from our Odoo applications to custom build the recipient list. So what should we title our subject? We want your feedback. And let's actually just put a little emoji there too, just so that they know how marketing we are. So let's choose our welcome message here. We're going to delete a whole bunch of stuff. Reading. This is now a mini tutorial on this as well. I'm going to put my real cool name right there. And then once that we're done, we're going to drop our link below and just ask our attendees to click below to share your thoughts. All right, we're all done with that, but I'm noticing that I need to change our recipients. So in order to modify it, we actually don't want a mailing list. We want event registration. And you'll notice we have the ability now to start putting filters. Our very first one in our case is going to be, event. And then we're going to select contains. And what should it contain so that it can only apply to that specific event? Well, the word design is in it, so we're going to leave it at that. And now let's select another new rule. And we're going to select for this one status, because remember, the person had to have come. And we're going to select equals and attended. Now, once we did that, as you notice, how many people earlier did we confirm attendance for? Well, there's our records. As you notice, this number below has been changing. You can click here and see them if you would like to. So the first rule added all registrants of the design event, while the second rule is for registrants confirmed as having attended the event. Now I'm going to select the settings tab over here because the campaign itself is the Interior Design Fair 2025. So we may have to make sure that it's selected for the proper one as well, because this is how we do tracking. This is the campaign we created in the social marketing app. We set this as our campaign here so that every online communication can be easily found under that specific campaign. It looks like this email is ready to hit that inbox. Talk about connecting with your customers. Now we're ready to send this email out, and it was all super easy to do, and it sure is going to make a significant impact. Hey there, Odooers. You made it this far. Honestly, congratulations. These are pretty intense. Great job. Now, in addition to the apps that we work with during this flow, make sure to also have invoicing or accounting and e-commerce installed on your database. You're going to need those to process ticket payments online. You will also need SMS marketing to send SMS messages. In addition, it should be noted that I added the event tickets as products under the event ticket product type. So to see what I'm talking about, we're actually going to type in the word products to go to products. And then in the search bar, we're going to type in the word events. And there you have it. Here you could see all of them that have the word products with them. Now, right there, folks, under the event keyword are my products. And if I click into one of these, There you go. Product type, make sure it's event tickets. And that will ensure that your ticket prices are attached to them. So you can even attach a price list to these for specific VIP customers as well as necessary. And if we go back over to the products, kind of notice we could use this for many different things. We have tickets as well as event booths as well. And that is its own product type. But try to make sure that you have everything set up the right way underneath the product type. It'll ensure there's no issues or any mishaps. Now, going back over here, let's head on over to our social marketing application because I talked about social media accounts. Now, to add them, you're going to select the word up here that says add a stream and then follow the necessary steps to configure each specific social media application. I don't want to do that now, so I'm actually going to exit out of this pop-up and move forward because we're going to go back to our main dashboard over here. So I'm going to click into events, and now it's time to go to configuration and settings. So we have settings such as, in our case, we have schedule and tracks, community chat rooms, tickets, and also booth management and online ticketing and online exhibitors, and all of these enabled. And I bet you're super excited to plan your next big event and start boosting your lead pipeline. So please go onward and get started with Odoo. And don't forget to watch the rest of our e-learning videos to learn even more about all of these apps that we saw during the flow and others. So I'll see you soon, Odooers. I'm going to go grab a snack. And if no one's told you this today, you're honestly doing great.